digging into a really powerful idea from a giant in the world of quality management, a guy named W. Edwards Deming. It's all about the persistence it takes to build something that truly lasts and, how easily that whole idea gets forgotten, especially when things are going great.
All right, to get our heads around this, let's start with a story. It's a scenario that, on the surface, makes absolutely zero sense. I've seen it happen, though, and it's a huge warning sign for anyone in a leadership role.
So picture this. It's the end of 2022. A company just announced its best quarter in history. I mean, the champagne corks are flying, everyone's getting bonuses. It's fantastic. Now, fast forward just 1 year. They're announcing layoffs. Ouch. Okay, one more year after that, bankruptcy. The company is just gone, right? The first thing you've got to ask is, how? How in the world does a company go from an all-time high to completely shutting down in just a couple of years? It just doesn't seem possible. But the answer, well, it's hiding just beneath the surface. This whole thing has a name. We can call it the silent decay. It's this slow, almost invisible erosion that happens when a company gets so obsessed with hitting short-term numbers that it basically sells its own future for a quick win. And this chart really shows you the dangerous illusion. A company can be posting these incredible, record-breaking profits, while at the exact same time, they're secretly cutting back on everything that matters for the long run. Tech, training for their people, basic maintenance. They're literally eating themselves from the inside out. The profit and loss statement looks amazing, but the actual foundation of the business is silently crumbling away. Now, here's the really scary part. This silent decay, it is an overnight thing, but it does have a surprisingly predictable fuse. It usually takes about 5 to 7 years for all that neglect to finally cause a total collapse. And the craziest part, the final break, the big crash, it often happens at the exact moment the financial numbers look better than they ever have. So, how do you stop this from happening to you? Well, this is where the genius of W. Edwards Deming comes into play. He saw this problem decades ago and basically gave us the antidote to this kind of short-term thinking. It's a principle of persistence, and it's built on 5 key pillars. Deming's whole idea is captured perfectly in this quote. He said you have to persist in the continuous improvement of everything you do. But here's the kicker, the part everyone misses. This is not a project. It's not a program you start in January and celebrate in December. It has to be the very culture of the place. It has to be how you breathe. So what does continuous improvement actually mean in the real world? It's basically a deep, fundamental commitment to making things better, all the time, in small, steady, incremental steps. It's about getting that if you aren't actively making things better, they are, by default, getting worse. There's no standing still. Okay, let's look at the 5 pillars Deming laid out. His idea of persistence covers these 5 specific areas: innovation, research, education, quality improvement, and just the basic maintenance of your equipment and spaces. Now, what do all 5 of these things have in common? They're the very first things that get slashed from a budget when some exec needs to make the numbers for the quarter. And yep, they're also the 5 things that, if you neglect them year after year, will absolutely destroy your company from the inside out. This brings us to a really powerful way to think about all this. I want you to forget about the normal, standard reports for just a minute. And let's imagine a totally different kind of accountability. Think about it. Every company on the planet has an annual financial report, right? It's all about the numbers. But what if they also had to publish an improvement report, a report that answers just one single question? What have you actually improved this year in a way that a real-life customer would actually feel and appreciate? This idea really shines a light on that huge gap that can form between your internal spreadsheets and the actual value a customer gets. And I really want to hammer on that word, improved. I'm not talking about something you announced in a press release, not some new initiative you just kicked off. What have you truly, tangibly made better for the people you claim to serve? Because in the long run, that is the only metric that guarantees survival. Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. Let's make this something you can actually use. Instead of just thinking about it, here is a super simple, super powerful action you can take, like right now, to shift your whole focus. Seriously, grab a piece of paper or open a new note on your phone. Right now, I want you to write down 3 things, just 3, about your product or service that a customer would actually notice as being genuinely better if you improved them. And be honest, not things you think are cool, but things they would actually feel. Okay, got your list. Now, look at it. Pick the very first one and give it a hard deadline. Look, this isn't just some one-time exercise. This is the seed of a cultural shift. So the real question, the one I want to leave you with, is this. A month from today, what progress will you have to show for it? What's going to be on your improvement report?